Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Summoners Weekly. My name is JD. We're here in chilly San Antonio, Texas. I'm with our guest today.
That's me. I'm the guest.
Give him your name, bro.
I'm Bryan. Some know me as the captain. Others may know me more actively as Comic Breakdown, a YouTube channel with 65,000 subs and growing. Let's go, baby. And more importantly, while we're here, I have a YouTube channel that I just started up, Riftbound Brom, with 31 subscribers strong. Let's go.
Get him some. let's get Riftbound Brom some love in the chat.
I got into Riftbound, and so met you guys playing here locally, and love it. Absolutely can't wait to get into talking about it and diving more into this.
Yeah, and then we have.
And you know who it is. It's Caleb. What's going on, guys?
Man, it's a fun week. Again, last week we had Shinya and Rowan on the pod. It feels like every week there's just more stuff to talk about, more things to talk about in the world of Riftbound. And that's what we aim to do here, guys, is to give everyone a space to kind of recap what's going on in the game for the week, talk about things, have a space to really kind of really just chill out and have a good time. That said, let's talk about our first topic for the week. So I wanted to bring this up because actually we were just talking about this, but Bryan did not get a ticket to Vegas.
I did not.
He did not get a ticket to Vegas. I think like a lot of people not getting tickets to Vegas because they sold out in what, like 10, 12 minutes, right? 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I got off the wait list to get my spectator badge. Luckily, we are going to be in Vegas. Caleb and I will be there. So if you're listening to this and if you're going to Vegas, if you see us, if we're busy, don't bother us. But if we're not busy, please don't hesitate to come up, say what's up. We'll dap you up, maybe take a photo for Summoners Weekly when we're just normal people. But yeah, we'd love to, we'd love to see you. We'd love to see you come share the love of the game. And if you see us filming, hey, maybe we can get you on if you're a player, or if you're a spectator, or if you're someone who wants to just talk the talk. But Caleb noticed something really interesting.
So for the longest time, right after the incident with Las Vegas and the tickets and everything, they took the website completely down. And the other day, I was trying to set up somebody's Riot ID for them just so they could play in the shop. And lo and behold, the website is now back up again. So if you're not already on the wait list, go get yourself on the wait list. Competitor, premium competitor, spectator, try to get on the wait list for all 4 of them. You never know how many spots they might open up. And I wish y'all the best of luck trying to get in. I really hope y'all get your tickets because I'd love to see y'all there.
And that's crazy because they actually shut the site off for a decent amount of time.
It's been, what, a month?
It's been about a month. It's been about a month, right? Month and a half, right? Yeah. And with Vegas coming, like they already said, hey, we have spots we're going to open up. How many of which we have no idea. But that begs the question, like if you're still trying to get in, go to the Swoogu site, right? Is that the name of it?
I think so.
I think it's called Swoogu. Anyways, you'll know when you get there, but sign up on the wait list because they are converting people, or they will soon. Methinks they're going to drop a lot more competitor badges, or at least like 150 more, and then we'll get a whole bunch more spectator opportunities. Because like I think right now what they're doing is, hey, we've got the initial wave of people. Let's make sure everyone knows tickets are non-transferable. We're going to open it back up closer to the date to prevent people from like going and specifically just reselling tickets. Because that was the big thing in the beginning. People were reselling competitor tickets for like thousands of dollars. The tickets, right?
Insanity. It was actually going just absolutely crazy. I was seeing prices. I think I even joked and I was like, oh, I'll buy a ticket at $1,500, like just to troll some people because it was just absolutely ridiculous. Like, what are we talking about charging this much to get into this? And then, like I was telling you guys, like I got into this hobby directly after Houston, is so local. There was such a big fuss about it. I got in directly after that. So I had no idea what to expect when it came to the next regionals and trying to sign up and all that. So for me, there was no luck getting in there. And now we're a month out, and if they do open it up, that's awesome. But I mean, like I was saying, like I don't even know if I have the time to plan and prepare and get ready at this point now. Like if I had been done in last month, I would have had plenty of time to be able to prepare, get a hotel and tickets and all that good stuff. But now it's so close. It's like, do I even want to take the time to do that now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I agree completely with you. Me and JD, we're barely just now finalizing some of the stuff, like getting plane tickets, getting a car, and everything like that. And we've known that we were going to be going to Vegas for about a month now already.
There's a little ambiguity there.
Yeah, little bit.
Anyways, no, I'm excited. I hope they open up more spots for Vegas. I think if you're trying to go, bookmark the site. Keep an eye on the Riftbound Twitter and the Riftbound organized play Twitter, because they will probably just randomly drop a tweet that says like, "Hey, they're live. Go to the site," right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even change the link.
And if you're at home feeling discouraged that you're not a competitor, or maybe this isn't your scene, take this from somebody that's barely been in the TCG scene a year. I had so much fun in Houston. I didn't compete. I was just there with my buddies, having a great time. And, even it's just an experience I think everybody should deserve to try. And if you have the opportunity to and you can manage to secure a ticket, go have fun. Go knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Have they confirmed how many competitors are going to be playing?
Oh, that's a great question. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't even want to. I don't even want to guess like a number.
Because I was just thinking, because China and stuff of that nature, they're sitting at like 500 for their big ones. You know what I mean? So I'm curious on how many actually went out, and if they're going to release 150 more or so.
I thought there were 1,200 in Houston.
So in Houston,
that's why I was Houston. It had a lot more. So I'm curious on what Vegas is going to look like.
More.
Yeah, in Houston, I think it was 1,000 and something until they added another 200 later on. So I think the final total was like 1,265, 1,264 in Houston. So, I mean, there's definitely a lot of spots.
It's going to be interesting to see how many Dravens are going to be there.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, speaking of which, let's transition from Vegas. I do want to kind of stick on the Vegas topic for just an extra second.
Yeah.
I think with, Origins, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, and Bryan and I very briefly talked about this before you got here, Caleb, but Nexus Nights, are they in danger? Are Nexus Nights in danger right now? Because stores don't have price support. Stores don't got packs to give out their players. And as somebody who, may be pretty closely tied to like a store themselves, there are some stores that aren't even running Nexus Nights off comments I've read on the channel, because their stores either can't keep product, don't have price support, or have almost dropped organized play almost entirely.
As a TO and, getting into the whole TCG scene and, learning to run it and all that kind of stuff, it has been a new thing for me. And I can say if there is a game that doesn't have ample space or ample popularity or, anything that, there could be one factor that goes into it and it can almost ruin a store's open play community. So for the longest time, one piece at our store, we just didn't have the players, which we do now. We've been building traction by, running events and stuff like that. And we're up to a solid 8+ people. But, some games, like I know for Riftbound, for example, you need, I think that's a minimum of 4. I think that's most games, a minimum of 4 people to fire. And, some people are inclined to, oh, there's no prize support, there's no point in going. Oh, there's no packs there, even if I do go, there's no point in going. So, one thing stores that I think if you're, own a store, you're there working with a store, if you're watching, I would say even store credit, transfer all of the prize support that goes into it, direct it directly to prize support for them, have 100% of that go back to them. That way, you may not have the product now, but, when more product comes out and it comes in later, the people that remember hey, I have store credit at such and such LGS. Let's go over there and see if they have any product. They're going to check you out. And I think Riftbound is one of those games where if you're not hosting open plays for it right now, you need to. One thing on getting product is that is something they check very much. They check how much people are showing up to your Nexus Nights, how many people are coming for our open plays. Even when we don't have an official event, if there's people sitting down in our store, we mark that. And that's only going to help you. So, do what you can to get players in the store, and entice them in any way you can, and, just show that you're there for your community. I think that's one of the biggest things at our local LGS is even as, the TO, but as from a player's perspective, and even JD and Bryan, whenever a new player is getting into the game and they're like, oh, well, I'm missing such cards or blah, 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 blah. We had like 4 or 5 new faces. I told them, I was like, dude, I'll run in my car. I got a big bulk bin with over probably 500 cards. Take a look through it. Grab whatever you need.
He's going to kill me. I think his name was Tim or Timmy.
This is really bad if you don't remember his name.
TK Gear, that was his Discord. If you're watching this, I remember I was playing against him. It was like one of his first Nexus Nights. And homie, I felt like was really on edge. He was like trying to get it right. And I was like, bro, you could just take back your play. It's Nexus Night. Like, we're chilling, like low OPL. Like, don't even stress about it. You forget your trigger. You know, we're learning here. We're doing our thing. And at the end, I was like, hey, man, what was he running? He was running
Victor.
He was running Victor, right?
It was the gentleman in the white hoodie, right?
No, that was Rylan.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Rylan too, though. But him too, though, because I'm not sure if I gave him stuff, but we went to a different LGS on Monday, and hey, further incentive to go to your LGS, right? Hey, price support, Nexus Nights might be running dry, but there's bulk out there, and for a lot of people, getting bulk,
that's gold.
It's gold, because if you're spending $1 or like 50 cents and then $2 shipping on TCG Player, a card or a handful of cards could run you like 30, 40 bucks. And I told Tim, the guy I was playing against, he was like, oh yeah, I bought all these cards on eBay. I was like, bro, why did you do this? Like, these are all commons and uncommons. I would have just given these to you. You know what I mean? Like, I have between you and me, Caleb, I know we have tons of bulk.
I was gonna say I definitely gave out like maybe 80 cards at that last Nexus Night, and it's so funny you say that. You said Rylan was his name. Yeah. He was telling me he's like, are y'all starting later on Thursdays? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was skipping class to come here today. I was like, y'all, I get the game's fun. Stay in your classes, but if you're not, go to your locals and get some bulk. I'm sure somebody's got some for you.
This actually makes me think about something, though, because I was thinking about this earlier when it comes to just the supply of Origins in general. You know, everything's struggling right now, especially coming from, you know, Pokemon TCG into this. It's so I mean, it's flooded. The Pokemon's flooded the market. It's everywhere. You can go every Wednesday at Walmart. You can pick up whatever you need, so on and so forth. But with this, it's become such a problem. And we were actually talking about this earlier, how you can go to game shops and stuff, and you can actually, like, at the Nexus Nights, you can pre-order for the next sets, which is super awesome for active players. My problem with this, though, is how are we getting the new players in? You know, because we're giving all the pre-orders to the existing players. And so how are we getting it in? I guess this is just an issue with not enough supply. And, you know, they say they're going to be printing more, but how much more before? Because like you said, I worry that not enough supply is going out there, and we can run Nexus Nights like we've seen going, but like that one shop I was talking about, the last 2 weeks, they have not had anything because like our prize support didn't come in, and we didn't want to run anything without any prize support, so we just didn't do it.
Yeah, I think, and this might not be the correct way. There may not be an answer here.
Yeah.
Right. This may just be we have to wait until product is just readily available. But
and hope the TCG survives through it all.
You know, I pray that happens. But I know Caleb did a really interesting thing. He would let people come in, and rather than, and I know this might not be the best thing to do, but then like having their structure decks on the shelf, right? He offered to teach them on one of the trial decks.
Nice.
And after a trial deck lesson, he then offered either an MSRP or close to MSRP structure deck, and I think that's a great way.
That's fantastic. That's how I started. I got constructed Victor deck and ran with it.
Yeah. I mean, for some people, that's all they can do, right? Especially in some areas where they may only have one LGS, and the rest of the places that sell cards are like a Walmart or Target or a CVS or GameStop, right? Yeah. So there may not be an exact answer here. I think it's just toughing it out. I don't think Riftbound will have an issue going into. I honestly think the next 2 months are going to be a strange inflection point for the game.
Yeah.
My honest take from what you're asking from a store's stance, I'm actually not too worried about it.
Yeah.
I think with the introduction of Spiritforged, that'll be our second set. With this introduction of Unleashed, I believe is the third one. Yep. Over time, you know, these sets are going to come out. Pokemon, Magic, all that kind of stuff. The reason you can find so much of it is because there's a lot of different sets, a lot of different, like just different kinds of product you can find. And with Riftbound, I think just over time, it's in its inventory. Yeah. We got to give it some space to grow. And I think once Spiritforged comes out, hey, we got that second run of Origins coming out, that printing, you know, get some more life in there. Now you go into your LGS, you got 2 different kinds of packs you can buy. Let me get 1 of each.
Yeah.
Or let me get 2 of each.
Yeah, and Unleash is supposed to have like an ETB type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, speaking of new products, I believe they call it the Vault.
I haven't heard of this one yet.
Someone was telling me the other day when we were at the tournament, and someone was telling me that Unleashed has like an ETB type item that's going to be coming out.
I'm not exactly sure how many packs are in it. I think it's like 6 or 8, but I believe it's called the Vault. The Vault edition.
That's exactly.
Yeah. And so Unleashed will be the first set to have not only the Vault, structure decks, booster packs, and booster boxes. That's the first, and pre-riff kits, right? So we're adding more products into the product line.
Pre-riff kits come out with Spiritforged too, so I mean, that's one new product there as well. So
yeah, and I mean, like every set. I will say this: the stitious part of me, if you look back in TCG history, think about the most iconic-looking booster packs. I'm going to name some. Evolving Skies, right? You could probably see Evolving Skies, and you'll be like, that's an expensive booster pack. Let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You probably know what that looks like. OG Blue Eyes, right? Magic the Gathering, Scars of Mirrodin. You got Future Sight. These iconic booster pack arts. When I look at Spiritforged, I'm like, this is giving me one of those iconic booster pack vibes. And with the full spoilers being broken down, we're getting some of the coolest legends. We're getting Spirit Blossom's signature art, overnumbered. What is it? The
seals.
Seals.
Oh my God, those are gorgeous.
And like, I feel like the cards are just getting cooler and cooler each set. It makes me really excited. Not to go back to Vegas, but with Bologna happening in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then Vegas shortly after. What else are they gonna do? What's the next cool thing that's going to bring people in with Unleashed?
I feel like there's so much they can do. I mean, with Bologna happening, hopefully we'll start to get some set 3 leaks. I cannot wait for those reveals. That's going to be super exciting. And then hopefully at Vegas, they do a little bit of the same, some more reveals.
I hope we get a spoiler, bro. Please send us a spoiler.
I want Braum, I want Riven, I want Olaf. Like, you give me those 3 because those are my 3 go-to. Wukong. Well, I'll take a Wukong all day long. I don't care.
The Monkey King himself.
I mean, they could do it like Magic, where they send the little 1 or 2 pre-release kits early to certain people, just so you can see them getting pulled live, and it's just a small glimpse into what's going to be in those packs. It's going to be insane, dude.
I truly think Bologna will get some spoilers. Vegas will be finished with spoilers. Because May 8th is Unleashed release date.
That is not far.
April, May. 2 months. We will have a full spoiler breakdown come Vegas. I wouldn't be surprised if they do another. Remember how they did the pre-rift kit for Spiritforged in Houston?
Yeah.
Right? I bet you they'll do that in Vegas for Unleashed.
I wouldn't be surprised. I was thinking about it now. It's like, man, 2 months seems like a lot of time for them to do a full reveal list.
Oh.
But, I mean, considering Houston was start of December, we had all of December, all of January, and now we're getting into February. That's been 2 months, give or take. That is so crazy.
Yeah, think about this. And I think that, the fun part about Riftbound is they have their release and their scheduling for, how they basically reveal set spoilers down to where there is constant hype. Like, we're constantly talking, and it's easy to run this podcast because there's always shit we can talk about, right? But it's because there's always new things happening, right? I'm excited for Unleashed, the Vi champ or Vi legend. I hope that she's gonna look good.
You think they're gonna make another red Vi?
You think she'll be red?
She's red yellow. She's red yellow.
So she'll be
the champion. The image for the structure deck is already out. She's red yellow.
Oh, she's red yellow.
Vex is green purple.
Oh man, who else is red yellow? Rek'Sai, right?
Rek'Sai and Darius.
Dang, Rek'Sai.
That'll be interesting,
dude. And I just did a video guide on Rek'Sai.
You did, yeah.
I did. I watched it.
Oh, thank you guys.
I'm not gonna lie. So when Spiritforged got announced, I was between Fiora and Rek'Sai. If I was to make a second deck. Not gonna lie, I was gonna do Fiora, and then I switched to Rek'Sai, and then I was like, I don't like her ability. I'm gonna go back. After watching your video, I was like, you know what? Rek'Sai is gonna be a lot of fun. And one thing that I was thinking about, her Conquer ability, there is a gear, or I think it might be a battlefield, that turns Conquer effects into hold effects as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be consistent every turn.
It's so difficult making like guide videos because I can like give you the surface level, like, hey, this is how this interacts with this, and this is what you could do with this. But then there's like such a deeper level and so many different layers to the legends. It's just it sometimes it makes it difficult, but that's part of the fun of the game.
And honestly, I think that's where we've talked about it before. I know I've said it multiple times. That's where I feel like there's not a meta. It is how well can you dive into your legend and get these interesting interactions, because that's really what it comes down to is if you do something a player hasn't seen before with a specific deck, you catch them off guard. That's gonna, and once you're out of focus, you're like, oh, okay, hold on. Now I need to recuperate and get back into it. Knowing how to play the game is one thing, but also, surprising your opponents is another key factor into competitivity.
You mentioned it, Portal Rescue last week. It's just one of those cards.
I was literally about to bring it up because we were just talking about it in the play video we just did. And the Portal Rescue is one of those cards that not many, people are talking about it a little bit more now. But, in the last couple of weeks, nobody knew what Portal Rescue was. It wasn't even a discussion. And then it was like, oh, I can actually use it on Riptide Rex. I can use it on Watcher. I can use it on Spirit Mother.
Speaking of which, we mentioned the meta. Meta isn't unlocked. But you say that, and Chinese regionals just showed us Draven is still number one. Yep. Draven took the championship, right? Not the qualifier, right? But another big tournament in China was taken by Draven. However, I tuned into I believe it was a Runes and Rifts stream. Casanova was on. If you're watching Casanova, what up, man? Well, I'll see you in Vegas. But it was a Draven versus an Ezreal. And you know who took the game twice? It was the Ezreal.
And, I'm going to say this wholeheartedly, and, it might age like milk by the time Vegas comes around, but mark my words, Draven dies at Vegas.
You think Draven?
I think Draven dies at Vegas. I think we're going to see somebody unexpected. Might be Ezreal, might be Rek'Sai, might be, whoever. I don't think Draven makes it first place this year.
At least at
Vegas.
Yeah, the Ezreal list was really unique. There's a couple of different ways to run Ezreal, but they called this list for Ezreal Rat Ezreal. And you know why they call him that?
Because he's got the pit crew, right?
He's got pit crew.
Yep.
And he's running seals.
Yep.
You know what pit crew and seals do? You play a gear, you ready pit crew.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing seals, you ready pit crew. You play another seal, pit crew readies. You arcane shift, and he was running one arcane shift, which is banish. Play it again.
Gotcha.
Play another gear, and now things are going back in and out. You're dealing 3 damage. Ezreal has got this really unique play style that's, I think, people are really avoidant. They're really hesitant to embrace because Draven is straightforward. I'm dealing damage. I'm winning combats. I'm keeping you off battlefields. Ezreal is not like that. You are playing around your opponent. You're reacting mostly, and then you're sneaking in point captures on battlefields. And so, just like you said, I think a lot of the Spiritforged legends, while they are super in the eyes of everybody right now. We talked about it last week, and I don't think anyone really answered. But what Origins legends get better in Spiritforged 2? Because I didn't see, besides one Victor deck, actually be in the top, was it 16 or top 12?
There was 2 Victors.
2 Victors?
Yep.
And it's just insane. And we didn't even see some representation from like Lucian. I don't even think there was an Ornn that plays.
Nobody played Garen. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody played Garen. There is no best of Garen being one at that because nobody played Garen. Now expect Vegas to have a lot of Garens because people are going to overcompensate.
Homie Ryan's going back on Lux.
I love Garen. Like you were saying, right now I'm running. I have a Garen Dragon that nobody plays, nobody expects it, nobody knows what to do with it really. If I could get some things in that deck, just small things like some rebuke or a defy or something that I have one card that can do something in there, but not much. So
you get dragon support next set too.
Yeah, and that another getting more dragon set. So I don't think we've really honed in. So for Draven, the first match of 500, we saw him absolutely dominating everything. The next matchup, we saw it drastically drop down to 30%.
Dude, it was
and
insane.
I think we're going to see this happening more because even with it overwhelmingly being Draven, that means a lot of Dravens got beat. a lot of Dravens had to get beat for the Fioras to get in there, for the Ezrealias to get in there, for the Rek'Sai to get in there.
The Israelis, the Aurelias.
Aurelius, I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting because I really had never thought about that either, which is like, what's the Draven mirror look like?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've never even seen that matchup yet, but I'm sure it just is like
who's killing stuff first.
Yeah,
right?
it's just a matter of who can pull what first, and it's a matter of luck on those decks.
I was gonna say that's where it becomes skill based, or what it's gonna really test your metal. In my opinion, I think there's gonna be a lot to see with Spiritforged. There's too many cards that in Origins that we're not seeing be put into Spiritforged decks. There's a lot of cards in Spiritforged that we're not seeing the full picture of, like Portal Rescue. There's Arcane. Yeah, there's gonna be so much stuff that gets interacted with. It's really gonna be who can pop out their hidden card the fastest. Who's got what underneath their sleeves?
Hey, there's other legends that are just going under the radar, man. Lucian, Sivir.
I love Lucian too,
bro. Like Lucian's ability is so cool. And it's almost like, how is this not getting more representation?
I don't know. That's was something I was thinking about going into Spiritforged, was how many legends we got that dealt with equipments. And it is an equipment-based set, but I was like, I feel like a lot of these are going to get overlooked because I was overlooking them. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to play something that's equipment heavy. I don't think equipments are going to be that great, but there's a lot of great equipments, not just in Spiritforged, but the gears in Origins are pretty good too.
Yeah, and what's interesting too is I actually was looking at it. I posted on the community post for Summoners. It was a Sivir Aurora deck. It was Sivir running a Dazzling Aurora.
Interesting.
And I was like, what is being, because there's a 7-drop Sivir that's coming out that's got a pretty insane ability. So a couple of the things that, like, I know a lot of people were really, I mean, I'm kind of sad. I think the Dazzling Aurora like meta is gonna like fade into kind of the wayside for a little while until like a Sivir deck comes. That Sivir deck maybe makes some waves. I still think mid-range Misfortunes definitely going to be a thing, but there's so many gears. I know Dazzling Aurora is one of those cards that's like, it's the boogeyman. It was the boogeyman. It was at $90. Now it's at $40. And where is it going to go from here? Is it going to drop to $10? I think cards like Dazzling Aurora with other cards like Triforce, the one that the Frost one that gives you channel Ruin when you conquer.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We'll look at it up. But there's so many more gears.
There's Warmog's armor. I was surprised that one didn't give you more. Because playing League for so long, you know how good that armor is.
Yep.
And then to get it transferred over and it's like a +1 or a +2. It might be +2.
Yeah.
I was like, they should be a +4 at least.
Dude, it's just wild to see that with more gear hate and more gear accessibility, you're going to have to really understand how gear works in your opponent's deck to know what to remove when you have that chance.
And that's what I was going to be curious, because you're talking about Auroras. Those are great to have, but everyone's going to have gear kill now too. So it's going to be a matter of what gears do you want to kill this game, because you might not be able to kill them all depending on the deck you're going against.
True.
I think Aurora might become more of a support card. It may not be I need to get my Aurora out so I can play my big creatures. I think it'll be, I'll throw this in there. You may not get a big drop, but you might get something you need there in the moment.
Maybe I want to drop other equipment to try to lure out their gear kill and then drop my Aurora afterwards.
Well, Ali Eldrazi, he won PPG off Misfortune Aurora. He ran the 10K.
Nice.
And he was doing a Spiritforged Aurora deck. He was running Purple Ezreal in an Aurora deck. Nice. And Purple Ezreal is discard 1, draw 2.
Gotcha.
So, okay, you play the Ezreal, you discard 1, you're drawing 2 additional. He's got something else he does too, but just that alone, Aurora benefits from utility. And as soon as more utility comes out of like more body and chaos decks, which it already has a lot of answers, but like more utility comes out of their cards, I think that's when Aurora is going to shine. And I could definitely see it as like a one-of in a deck, being like, oh, I got my Aurora, cool. Now we're just stomping stuff. You know what I mean?
What is the blue-purple legend coming out?
That's Ezreal.
Oh, it's Ezreal. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, he's reaction speed. What is it? Draw 1 if you've targeted something twice this turn.
I was gonna say, I was blanking. I was trying to think. I was like, because man, Teemo is really good. I was like, Blue Purple is just gonna have so much draw next set.
You know what I'm really excited about? I know Chaos it reigns rampant, right? Like the Chaos domain, Purple domain is just so freaking crazy. Yes. I'm so happy Hard Bargain is coming out. Hard Bargain is finally we get a counterspell, and not even is it just a counterspell, we can repeat it. So we can finally get rid of a Defy. I don't have to worry about some game-breaking like spell that's just going to destroy me in combat. I finally have some kind of an answer in Chaos for like spell hate, you know?
That's why I would like with Order, because I really have just fallen in love with Order. I love the ability to just drop soldiers all the time, recruits. Yeah. And that's actually one reason I'm excited about Azir. I heard Azir was coming. I was like, oh, that means I'm going to be able to drop some soldiers.
Yeah, another legend that just doesn't have much representation right now.
No.
I feel like everyone's like, we're going to play Draven because Draven is going to be the best deck
and that's
in the
it.
format.
They just want to play Draven because they want to win those competitions. So everyone's just like, oh, let's do it. We saw it do really well there, so everyone play.
Draven runs purple red, and like I will say, Mindsplitter is stupid. Like Mindsplitter is.
Didn't you play 3 Mindsplitters on somebody the other night?
Oh yeah, I felt terrible.
That was brutal.
It was. I think it was Rylan. Rylan, if you're watching this, man, I'm sorry. I felt so bad because he's a newer player, and from somebody who is definitely more experienced in the game now, right? Like I've been playing since release. I've won a skirmish. Like I might not know every rule, but I know how to keep tempo. I know what you're probably going to be playing in your deck, right? Yeah. I felt really bad because I'm playing against poor Rylan, and he's giddy. He's like, "Ooh, I got it!" And in my heart, I can just see like I'm about to ruin this whole man's Nexus Night right now. I play the first Mindsplitter. I look at his hand. I take out I think it was his Grand Stratagem or something because he was playing Victor, or something in that. No, he was playing. Was he playing?
He was playing Victor.
Was he playing Victor? Pulled the GS out. Pulled the Thousand Tail out with a second Mindsplitter. Played Soul Gorger. Brought back a dead Mindsplitter. It was crazy, bro. I was like, would I still like this game if I got triple Mindsplitter, man?
And I think it was my first skirmish. I was playing against an MF Aurora, and the night before I had played against JD to get ready for it. I was like, "Hey, do you mind like coming over to the shop?" It was probably it was late already, and I was like, "I really want to get some practice in against MF." I've played against a lot of these other decks. MF is one of them that I just have not gotten a chance to play against. And he sabotaged me twice, Mindsplitter me twice. I was like, okay, maybe, I don't really know what to do in that instance. I think every single time I was able to defy you, I think it was just a really good trade of me getting lucky with counterspells and him getting lucky with, pulling the cards to remove stuff out of my hands when he needed it. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to this skirmish and sitting down, playing against an MF Dazzling, and I was pretty much playing for my position in top 8th right there. And it was like, if I lose, I don't make it to top 8. So I need to play this out and do as well as I can. Sat down against him. He didn't have he had his sabotages sideboarded. So first game, crushed it. Absolutely went ham. I was still running aspirants at the time. So the second game I ran aspirants.
On Ari, right?
Yeah. It cooked. It sold me so badly because that extra time he had.
Yeah.
You just don't need it.
Sabotage. I quite literally played all 3 of his sabotage, all 3 of his Mindsplitters, and every single time he managed to get my Mindsplitter, or not my Mindsplitters, my Tasty Phase, my Thousand-Tailed Watchers, and my counter spells, and I was just like, you know what, dude, roll 650.
bro, and it's insane, like. Those cards, there are some cards that are really not fun to play against. Mm-hmm. And Mindsplitter is one of those cards that is very powerful. It is expensive to play. But when you resolve it, like as someone who's been on the receiving end of it, I'm like, this sucks. My draw got taken away. So a whole turn of drawings out. I've lost probably the best thing in my hand, which that's the skill gap for Mindsplitter, right? Is like, hey, a lot of people will see Big Might Creature, take the Big Might Creature out, or they'll see a Grand Stratagem, or they'll see something that's like, ooh, it's scary and shiny, I'm going to pull that. But it's cards like the Smoke Screens, the Defies, the On Guards. Those are the game-winning plays, game-winning cards, man.
You got me really good one day. I think I had a Mindsplitter, not a Mindsplitter. I don't know why I'm stuck on him right now. It's because we're talking about him. I had a Thousand-Tailed in my hand and a few other goodies. And I think it was playing for the hold at that point because I think I'd solidified my board states where I was just in a good position, and I was holding the Thousand Tail as a, what if I need to reconk, and you Mindsplittered, and I was like, oh man, okay, well this is good. Like I have so much interaction. He's gonna take the Thousand Tail, and I'll be good. Took my smoke screen, and I was just like, dude. I was like, okay, cool. And then right when you moved in, I was like, oh well, I needed that smoke screen. I guess you could have it.
Well, it's crazy because like that's how you know. And I'm not saying by no means am I a good player. I'm an all right player. But what I'm saying is like that's how you know you're playing against someone that's really good at the game. Is when they know interactions between different cards, when you can play them, when you can't play them, and they have answers, but they need to make sure you don't have the ability to play around.
Yep, that's where I'm at right now, where I'm not that great of a player. So there's certain matchups I understand pretty well so far, but like if I'm going against Annie, I don't go against Annie enough or Set. We have a lot of Set players around here.
Get you against Shinya.
I've already played Shinya and he destroyed me. Absolutely destroyed me. And that was like, all right, I need to start learning. And that's why I like playing like different, especially Garen. I just like to just go in there and play, just start learning these because there's so many different things. Like you said, you could sit down and teach somebody a specific deck, but there's so many individual matchups, individual card matchups, so many counters, so many things you may have to work around that it really just takes time playing this game to actually start learning it.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say my favorite thing, especially about what you said, is as a player when you get into it, I've never been in the competitive scene until Riftbound and stuff like that. As soon as it clicks, after you've played enough games against that thing, it clicks with you, and you're just like, oh, I get it now. Yeah. And then you're gonna play it, and the person's gonna go, there's nothing I can really do to that. Oh. And that's where in the competitive scene, you really go, oh wow, I missed a turn where you can't come back from. And that's where I say the best players come from.
Like my Victor deck, I was trying to play, I would try to just throw everything on top onto a base and just be like, I'm going to own it. I'm going to take it all. Not knowing like I just needed to throw one recruit up, take it. One recruit up, take it.
You know who taught me this terrible lesson against Victor was Dan Martino. And if you're watching Dan, I remember one time playing against you at Gamers and the store we play at. And he had played Victor in a way I had never seen played before. And because I wasn't ready, I was caught off guard. I felt like I was on my back foot the entire time. I was like, holy crap. The pilot of a deck really makes all the difference.
It really does.
And I was and that's where I was getting it because I wanted to bring that up. I was like, I had talked to somebody and it was at Houston and now I realized it was you that I was talking to. I was like, you went against somebody good when you finished the match and you went,
dude, show me how you did that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even remember what turn I started losing on because it happened so quickly. And after that flip, there was just nothing I could do.
That happened to me. I went 3-1 at the shop like 2 weeks ago. And I was doing really good with, I beat your Aurora deck. I beat another deck. I had gotten a bye. I was on 3. And I was like, yeah. And then so I went to my final match and I went against Tech. And his Kaisa.
Oh, Tech. Oh.
I went against Tech and his Kaisa, and I went 0-2, and like that match was over. Like those 2 matches were over in like 20 minutes. I still don't even remember what actually happened.
Well, first that's Tech's play style. I just want you to know.
Oh, I know he does. He plays very fast and very quick to try to keep you going fast.
Dude, this is when you just look at him and you play slow. Yeah. The only counter against him.
I'm gonna say I would hate playing against me when in the competitive scene on all my skirmishes. I'm constantly asking every turn, how many runes do you have up? How many runes do you have? Which colors? Okay, can I see your graveyard really quick? Boom, 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 shuffle through it. How many cards in hands? Okay. And I look back, and I'm like, I'm trying not to slow play it. You got to play in that point where you're not playing too fast, but you're not playing slow enough to where you get called out for it.
You need to be able to internalize what's happening. Because I will say this, there comes a point, and this is for new players. This specific piece of advice is for new players. Learning the game is fun. Learning how to play competitively is fun. You're going to lose a lot, but when you start winning, you're going to feel great. When you start losing and you can identify the turn it happened, that's when you know you've gone from a novice player to an intermediate player.
Yep. I was going to say that was the biggest change for me from going to a casual game like Commander to jumping into Riftbound and trying to be competitive with it. Pretty much every time at casual Nexus Nights, I'll be like, oh, can I do this instead? Because, it's chill and like, I am trying to win, but it's also like, okay, it's all right. Like, it doesn't matter too much if I win. But also at the same time, it's like you really in the moment go, okay, I messed up right there. Like, you can identify it, but don't let that get you down in the middle of those matches. Turn it around. After that, after you play it, figure out what you can do to fix it.
The most validating feeling is when you're, because I say it out loud. I've played against people and I'll say, this turn is going to decide the match. And at the end of the game, I'll reflect on that turn. And I'll be like, you know what? If I'm correct in identifying that turn is what caused the avalanche of my loss, I can grow from there. And I can also look back and say, hey, you know what? Maybe that rebuke wasn't the card to have played. Maybe the fight or flight should have been saved for later on. You start learning the utility of the cards, when to play them and when to keep tempo. We talked about this last pod. Tempo is so important. And even if you're losing, you still have the speed in the game. Unless you're just crashing out, which, hey, let's be honest, does happen. If you can keep pace, you can win.
You know what's funny is this directly correlates to League of Legends in the sense that if you want to get out of bronze, you need to stop saying everybody else is better than me or my old team sucked. You need to start reflecting on what moves I made during this match that made it to where I couldn't carry the game. Mm-hmm. Like literally.
When I feel like it's a little more hard in League because there are 4 other people.
Oh yeah, I mean you definitely got people that control you.
And in Riftbound, it's you.
Yeah.
You are the one who decides. You are the one that makes the final play. And at the end of the day, if you can look back and say, this was the moment I lost, you will become a better player this way. And the other best way to get better is to play.
Yeah.
Play against as many people as you can, against as many legends as you can. And I know it's kind of toxic to say, just play when half the people probably watching can't even get like product regularly, right? But what I'm saying is, like, as the game becomes more accessible, we already know Proving Grounds is coming back.
Yep.
Buy a Proving Grounds.
Yep.
It's completely free, guys. Go to TCG Arena. Play the game how you can.
It's hard to get in on it, but if you do get in on it, like that's really the best place to play. There's we see a lot of competitive players on there, working, trying to figure out Spiritforged already so that they can be ready for the next games.
Call me stitious also. I like playing with the cards in my hand. Nothing is...
I agree.
Playing online is different, but when I can see into your soul, and I know... My favorite part is when I play against Sophia, and she plays Teemo. I also hate playing against Sophia so much. I hate playing against her.
Remember that
because I'm just like, this is gonna, because she smiles and she'll hide a card, and I'm like, all right, this is either a Teemo, a Tide Turner, and then like it's a freaking Consult the Past, and I'm like, I've been playing around this battlefield for 2 turns, and she just draws 2, and then she draws something crazy that she needs, and I'm like, damn. Played myself.
I was gonna say one thing I've learned playing against Sophia and Techie is don't even pay attention to your opponent when you're playing the game for real. When I first started, I hated going against Sophia because I was like, I really don't know how to like
read her.
She's just having fun, and I'm like, oh boy, she hasn't looked a different way since we started this game. I don't know where we're at. And John will just talk your head off, and like y'all were saying earlier, plays as quickly as he can. Okay, your turn. And you're just like, whoa, I didn't even get to think. Mm-hmm. But one thing I've learned is you can catch him on that and be like, hey, I'm gonna respond to that. Oh. Let me slow down a bit.
Yep. And I actually did this to Sophia the other day. I was like, what could that be? Is that a Tide Turner? And then I'll look at her. And everyone, and it's also because we played against each other enough that it's friendly now.
Yeah.
But she'll smile, and I'm like, there it is. I know that's what it is. And then it's freaking Consult the Past. And I'm like, you still played me. No.
Thought you read it.
The beauty of the hidden card mechanic is that if you were a bluffer and if poker's your game, you should play Teemo for sure. Because bro, a good Teemo player, it's not just a game. You're bluffing the whole time.
Dude, Teemo is, again, one of those cards. The past few Nexus Nights, Teemos have been the ones popping off, and I think it's just the skill gap it's getting there. It's after we've had Houston, after we're getting ready for this next set, skirmishes are going to start happening again. it's really going to separate the casual versus competitive player base. It is really going to separate how well Legends are played. We're going to get into it, and it's going to be extreme.
Do you think that we're going to, not to change the subject too drastically, but you were talking about Proving Grounds coming in and stuff. Do you guys think that we're going to see Spiritforged pre-orders before the release date from Riot?
So I will say this. Spiritforged releases the 13th.
Yeah.
It is January 22nd. Right?
27th.
Yeah, it's way late.
Wait, what? Are you?
It's not. I don't think it's the 27th.
No,
25th. It's the
25th.
I'm way off.
But by the time this comes out, it'll be the 26th because I'm dropping this tomorrow.
Yeah.
On the 26th, this will come out. If you're hearing this, Riot has still yet to put out the next batch of pre-orders for Spiritforged. I imagine, in 2.5 weeks, they got to ship the things.
Exactly.
Right? Keep an eye on the website. Yeah. That's going to be another shadow drop.
Because it's going to just be dropped. Because, at this point, like, they have either that or they're going to have delays, and it's just going to be only people that were able to pre-order at their local shops are going to get any products.
I will say that more shops have been getting larger allocation, though.
That's good.
I've talked to a couple stores locally, not the one that you work at, Caleb, but different stores, and one of my homies was like, hey, I got 100% of what I got from Origins and 50% more on top of that.
Really?
For Spiritforged
Wow.
specifically.
That's a huge thing.
Which makes me really optimistic for Set 3.
Yeah.
I think Set 3...
They'll actually have it all together.
Well, I think it'll still be a little hit or miss.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think after Set 3, this game is going to really take off, in my opinion.
Get the promos now.
I was gonna say, we're already at the point in Riftbound's Invinci where I think we're gonna start to see it mature over these next 2 sets. And I just want to say now, out of everybody I've talked to, I know you said you come from the Pokemon scene, I come from the Magic scene, I know people that come from the One Piece scene. Everybody has said, and I think you've talked about it before, the game just combines so much of what everybody loves of their game, like their poison. Just brews it all together, and out comes Riftbound. And it's just, if you're not into it now or you haven't got the product yet, take your chances on Spiritforged. You may not end up liking it, or you may have a great time, but no matter what, after these next 2 sets, if you're not locked into it, you need to be.
I do want to say one thing. We were actually talking about this, and you talked about it earlier. If you're a new player and you're looking for product, go to the Riftbound events and talk to the people there. They're more than likely or will give you bulk. Like, I know me and you have talked to multiple people and like, here, I will give you bulk. Don't go to TCG. We both made the mistake of going on TCG Player and buying all of our decks. I bought my entire Garen deck off a TCG Player.
You could have got half of it for free.
I could have gotten half of it way cheaper. I could have gotten it sooner. I wouldn't have to worry about it getting lost in the mail, any of that crazy. If I had just gone to the actual thing and been like, hey, guys, help me build a
just
deck.
Introduce yourself. People have multiple decks. I have 4 decks.
That too.
Before we go out to Nexus Nights, I'll post on the Discord. I'll be like, hey, who wants to borrow Kaisa or Yi?
Yep.
Right?
And it's funny you say that too. I remember the very first week, or like the very first month of Riftbound. They weren't all good, but I did have 6 or 8 decks. And I was just like, come to the shop, come play. Like, even if I have to sit out so you can play, I do not care. I just want more people to experience this game and come try it.
And dude, honestly, I think, Origins hype was big in October. We had it from November into December, the Houston Regional. A little quiet time because of the holidays. Now we're in January. Bologna's going to happen. China's Spiritforged release is popping off. In the next 2.5 weeks, Riftbound is going to be at the top of everyone's feeds. Spiritforged is going to take over. People are going to be opening up some crazy stuff. The Spirit Blossom signatures are just all so freaking cool. I think as more decks come out, more people start to figure out different play styles. Once we have I think the big indicator will be who wins Bologna. And I agree with you, is Draven will probably not win in Vegas either. I think we'll see Bologna, Draven may win. But in Vegas, I think a sleeper legend is going to be the one who takes it.
I think Fiora. I think people are sleeping on Fiora. Like, and we're only seeing one deck truly make it through.
Did you see the hook one?
But I did. It's
Fiora
nice.
hook who looks crazy.
But
man.
Fiora, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I love Fiora. She's a nice little bruiser champion, so I love a good bruiser. But I love seeing her come up, and the fact that she's able to compete with all these Dravens and Aurelias and everything else. Like, it's absolutely great to see.
I think one thing that Fiora does well in that sense is the tempo.
Yeah.
And like we said, tempo keeps you alive.
Well, she has really good value in all of her units, especially the orange Fiora, which is double might on single combat.
Yep.
And then riposte being just the counter,
huge.
and you suck the might out of the whatever you're countering.
Yeah,
Also,
that's huge.
with Fiora, I don't know if people are playing her entirely correctly yet. I mean, I haven't seen it here. Reading the card, it says 1-on-1. I was going to say, so it has to be like mano y mano. It can't be 1 into 3, which would help her drastically, but it has to be that one. And I think a lot of people are going to play it really incorrectly at first.
Well, who else was like that? Like Victor. People were playing Victor incorrectly. We mentioned it earlier. That's how you know, like, a bad Victor player from a good Victor player. If they're going all in like that, there's so many things in like different decks that can counter mass, conquering like that.
I have one in my Garen deck. It's Katarina. She does the spin. It's the do 1 damage to everybody.
And
then
Flurry of Blades or something?
Flurry of Blades, that's what it is. And then I bring in Warwick.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's a slept on combo too.
That's my favorite combo.
Warwick and Nivea, bro. Just letting you know right now. Warwick and Nivea, Flurry of Blades, underrated. And when someone can get that like engine working correctly,
Yes.
it's gonna be crazy. Because I remember I was before MF Aurora was like, I was kind of getting bored of it because I wasn't winning. I wasn't playing it correctly. So I subbed out some stuff. I subbed out the Auroras for a Nivea and Warwick, and I played against a Victor player at another bigger shop here. And it was there wasn't too many people, but my final opponent was a Victor, and he had just that. He had played all of his units to a battlefield, and he was like, "What are you gonna do about it, bro?" I said, "This is what we're doing. Warwick enters ready. Anivia deals 3 damage. Okay, boom, 3 damage happens to everything at the battlefield. Warwick goes in, everything
Cleans it up. It's a beautiful combo.
It's insane, and like the value for that, and as more legends, as we understand and start to get more playtesting time on legends. Again, I think Spiritforged adds so much more flavor and unique possibilities to the meta. It's going to be exciting, and I think what's going to be even more exciting is what are they going to bring in Unleashed? What is that going to look like?
Yeah, we're getting gears in this one.
Well, they said it was a jungle-themed set.
Oh, so what, you got a smite?
Hey, that's a good point. Smite, we could. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Smite would be a good thing. So Caleb doesn't play League of Legends.
I have no idea.
So in League of Legends, you get 2 summoner spells. Most people, most people get Flash,
and
you get to like
we'll say teleport.
So Flash and Riftbound, you get to move, right? In League of Legends, you get to move, and it's not a very big move, but it's enough to get you out of like a lot of hairy situations.
Okay.
Smite in the jungle is once you get to a percentage of like a neutral monster's health, you smite it, it kills it, you proceed forward quicker, you get more gold from it, you get more experience from it, all that stuff. I think jungle theme set Unleashed. Yi's on the cover. I think it was LeBlanc's on the cover. Oh. Vi's on the cover. Rengar's on the cover.
Oh, Rengar's going to be brutal.
on it too?
No, and Bess
Oh, you're definitely going to be able to hide Rengar.
I'm looking too far ahead.
Oh, well, dude, you've seen Rengar in Spiritforged, right? He's React Speed champion unit.
Oh, my God.
So we can't play him in the champion zone just yet because there's no Rengar legend, right? I imagine come Unleashed, there'll be a Rengar legend unit. But his chosen champion in Spiritforged is, I believe, reaction speed. You can play him to a battlefield too. I believe. Nice. I gotta double check. Don't flame me if I'm wrong. But you can react speed play him from your champion zone, and that's insane. Now imagine what a Rengar legend unit looks like. Right, just brutal. It's the cool thing is like. I think I have a video I'm working on also, by the way, is like top 5 predictions for legends from the future, right? Again, I've mentioned this multiple times. Zed is my number 1. I'm just so excited. Like, there's gonna be so many. I'm excited for the art.
Yes.
I'm a weirdo, and I know you're into comics, right?
Yep.
Comic book art for the covers is like why a lot of people collect comics.
Yep.
And that can set from like one really expensive version of a comic to like a least expensive one. I think the art in Riftbound is spectacular.
Yeah. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've loved the artwork, and like we were talking about beforehand, like what could comics bring to, or what could Riftbound take from comics?
Yeah, that's an interesting because you and I and Caleb. I mean, I gave you Battle Beast for Christmas.
Dude, I read manga, comics. I mean, not heavy on the comics, but I read a lot. So I'm like,
So in comics, when you order so let's say Battle Beast, right? New Image comic in the Invincible universe. I'm a big Invincible fan. You've seen me read it at that Nexus Nights. I'm on my iPad, quiet, just reading through Invincible. The way that comic book retailers incentivize you to order more product, right? Because like you can order 10 of cover A, and you get 1 incentive cover, which is a 1 in 10. And then they have a 1 in 25. They have a 1 in 50. And they have a 1 in 75. A 1 in 100. Meaning you have to order 100 of the normal cover to get 1 of the 1 in 100s.
Yep.
What could Riftbound take from this? This might be a good idea, might be a bad idea, but I'm thinking, what about cases? Hey, what if LGS orders 50 boxes and you get a 1 in 50 promo card?
Yep.
So in Magic, there was these things called box toppers.
I remember. They got rid of those.
They did get rid of them. Riftbound could maybe steal that. Every so many boxes have a box topper.
Yep. Because I mean, people are gonna want it. People are gonna be coming in for it. Especially if the artwork is just absolutely something just amazing.
If they do some shit where it's like the Star Guardians or the Project skins or like the Galaxy Slayer Z.
There's so many skins they can go with. It's insane.
One Piece does rush packs. So it's a pack of like a certain amount of cards, but you get it on purchase of a box. So I mean, they could do something like that, like a buy box.
There's like some cards in that are like exorbitantly expensive, like the $2,500 Luffy or whatever.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, well, but think about this. Like, hey, what if it's? Oh, I just thought about it. In League, there's chromas.
Yeah.
Right. So like, okay,
I forgot about those.
Right. So okay, you put the Star Guardian sets out, and they're in the booster packs.
Yep.
1 per box topper, or like whatever Riftbound's version of it is, you get a chroma of the Star Guardian. That'd be insane.
Or the chroma little figure for counters.
Oh man, and that's even more products, right? Yep. Like, there's just so much. I will say one of the things to transition back to a little bit in Vegas. I'm super excited about it. If you made it this far into the pod, I want you to let us know. I did put a community post out asking what you guys want us to ask the devs while we're in Vegas. I truly and sincerely want to know. I have questions I want to bring to Vegas, but there's questions out there. I'm going to try to play another game. I'm actually going to get you to try to play a game with Dave.
That's sweet.
I think it'd be cool, right? I think it'd be cool. I want to try to play against Nick, the game dev who designed the overnumber cards, is part of the team for that.
Heck yeah.
But I want questions. So if you have questions you'd like us to ask in Vegas, please drop them down below. Let us know what is important to you and what you think needs to be shared with the community. I have things I'm going to ask already. Stuff like, why in the world did the Card.io event page change to what it is now? It's heartbreaking. These gaps to get into the game, we need to make it easier, not harder, right? Product availability, these things we already know. I want to know what you guys want to know. All right, so leave down below what you think or what you'd like to ask, because we'll ask them. Anyways, you were going to say something, Caleb?
I might have forgotten it already.
Well, I mean, as we wrap up, I think there's still so much happening in the Riftbound world. Again, the meta is still being figured out. Honestly, we're kind of on the eve of Spiritforged pre-release or pre-Rift, right?
I mean, it's this week and then it's there.
Yeah,
we're a week away, or 2 weeks. Well, I mean, it's the start of this week, give or take. Or 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. I am so stoked. I got some things this week that gotta get through, and then next week, that's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm thinking about. It's
I'm signed up for 3 pre-releases, all days back to back. On the 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'm going to 4 actually, because I'm doing 2 in one day. One's at 11 a.m. and the other's at.
You love this game. I
love this.
You dropped $200 in the weekend.
Right? I think we've established the 6 that are coming in the pre-Rift kits, right?
What do you mean?
The legends, the chosen champs that you can pull out of them.
I'm not sure exactly which ones they were. I know it's Ezreal, Draven.
I don't think Draven was on that list.
Might not be one.
It was Ezreal for one. I know Azorius. Am I saying that right?
Azir.
Azir. I know it was
Aurelia.
That's some
Aurelia.
magic shit.
I know it is.
I was like,
So it's Aurelia, Ezreal. You just said it. Azir.
Azir.
It's the.
Aurelia?
He said that already. Blue. It's the blue yellow one. Rek'Sai's
Renata.
in there.
Renata. Yeah.
And there's one more.
Lucian. Yeah.
Those are the 6 coming inside the pre-riffs.
And the Yone card. And Jax.
Yep.
Jax is in there too.
Oh my
Then
God.
it might not be the blue yellow.
Oh, yeah. It might not be Renata. It might be Jax.
So do what you can. Start learning. It's gonna be 25 card decks. So and then like you said, there's a special Yone card. If you've never played sealed before, it's 3 colors. You can play up to 3 colors, and you can use. You don't need a chosen champion. If you don't use one, you draw. If you don't use a legend, you draw an extra card at the start.
You don't have to use a legend.
Yeah.
You will get one in your box.
Don't
Because there's
have
a
to.
seeded pack in there, but you don't have to use it.
Yeah. So do what you need to do. Do your research now. One thing I've learned from running sealed events, commons and uncommons. Those are what you want to look for.
Dude, decision quality and sealed, and I think that's one of the beauties of sealed gameplay. The shiny thing comes around, and you're like, ooh, something shiny. But then the commons that are going to win you the game, those are the things you need to put in your deck.
Yeah, this is gonna be my first pre-release for Riftbound, so I'm really excited about it. I've never even played pre-release. I've learned how to play it by watching like Silent Night and stuff like that.
Shout out Silent.
Yeah, Silent Night. Watch your stuff, love it. But I'm really excited to get into this and learn. I'm even doing a 2v2, which is gonna be way different.
Dude, yeah.
Please, Riot, hear me when I say this. Please give us a regional for 2v2s.
That would be
I
crazy.
would love that so much. The format is so fun. Your boy's been trying to homebrew some extra formats, not just 2v2s.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We went to go grab food and drinks the other day, but I know you were talking to me about a 3v3 brew that you came up with. Right?
We're homebrewing it. I don't want to bring it up too much on the channel yet until it's completed, but I think Tuesday, if you're still free, we're still planning on, giving it a try.
Shop.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Crazy.
Once it feels good enough to share to other people, I definitely want to let you guys know how to play it because I'd love to see it become something that other people want to play.
Dude, they said they designed Riftbound with multiplayer first.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, the competitive 1v1 format is obviously, I think, what gets the most shine in like the media. But like 2v2, and hey, we just bought the next set of mics. You'll notice we each have a mic in our hand. There's a 4th one somewhere around here, but you'll see gameplay here on the channel soon. I know that there is a drought of IRL gameplay. And I know multiple people have DM'd me, commented, reached out to me and said, hey, man, I think you should do games and like play them on video. I'm like, I know, I agree with you. But setting up something that looks nice to like share with the world, I'm a stickler for quality, right? So if we're going to put something out, I want people to actually enjoy watching it. It doesn't look like crud, you know what I mean? So I will say, ideally, as long as everything went well with the game we shot, you'll be seeing hopefully an Ari versus Victor game here. Probably post later on this week after this pod, because this comes out on Monday. I try to do a really good job of getting this pod out on Monday.
Yeah.
Makes my Monday mornings better.
Dude, thank you so much. I drop it specifically on Mondays because I'm like, okay, everyone's going to work, everyone's going to school. Let's talk Riftbound for at least an hour,
Yep.
and then you have something to listen to on your way to work or something like that. So, and also we are only on YouTube, and so far only on YouTube and X. So if you're listening anywhere else, it ain't us. Just saying that. No. So, but I did want to go ahead and say, guys, Bryan, Riftbound Brom on
Yes.
YouTube, and what was the comic channel again?
Comic Breakdown.
Comic Breakdown. If you haven't already subscribed, go to Riftbound Brom's channel. Follow him. He's doing market analysis. He's talking about, I believe that was the last video you put out, right?
Yeah. I'm not doing a ton of content just yet. I want to do some card games and stuff like that, but I'm gonna start definitely amping up the stuff more, especially if we get into Spiritforged. I'm gonna do box openings, the whole 9 yards.
For sure. And as always, if you liked what you saw here today, don't hesitate to let us know down below what you thought, what you enjoyed, what you didn't. If we missed something or if we got something really wrong, flame me in the comments for it. I'm JD.
I'm Bryan.
And I'm Caleb.
And thank you again for tuning into another week of Summer's Weekly. We'll see you next week. And honestly, after next week, things get kind of crazy because we are strategizing our Vegas plan, and who knows, maybe there might be 1 or 2 pods a day, or quick pods, or vlogs maybe. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to tune in because you're going to miss out if you're not. Anyways, we'll catch you later. Thanks so much again for supporting the channel. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.